Hi YouTube! In this video I'm going to talk about the benefits of keeping chickens, so if you're considering if it will be worth it, please keep watching. This is probably the most obvious benefit of all. You will have a steady flow of eggs to eat, preserve or to share with friends and family. We don't keep chickens for their meat yet, but we plan on doing so in the future. We have 3 chickens at the moment and every one of our chickens lays an egg almost every single day. We both don't eat a lot of eggs, but we give most of them away to our family. Right now we're providing for ourselves as well as my parents, Max's parents and Max's grandma. With our 3 chickens we get around 20 eggs every week, so we have a lot to share. I stamp on the date of when they were laid so we can keep track of how old they are. And after stamping all of them I usually just put them in the fridge. After the egg has been laid, it can be kept in the fridge for around a month. Chicken manure is great fertilizer to use in the garden. Out of all animal manures, it's the highest in nitrogen, phosphorus and potassium. One chicken produces around 3 to 5 kilograms of manure monthly, which is around 7 to 11 pounds. You can use it in the garden beds by digging it in, or you can just compost it to use later. I personally like to use it on my fruit trees, but you can also use it on your lawn, of course. Number 3 is pest control. When you let your chickens roam free, their diet will consist of a lot of bugs and weeds. Chickens have a keen eye for bugs like snails and slugs, grasshoppers, fleas, moth and termite larvae, centipedes, spiders and fly larvae. This means they will indirectly protect certain crops by taking out their rivals. By having chickens in the backyard, you can reduce your emission. If you buy eggs or meat in the supermarket, those products have already been transported by truck, and trucks use fuel. One trip, of course, is not that damaging to the environment. But if you buy eggs and meat at the supermarket every time, the amount of fuel used obviously becomes increasingly more over time. Also in the supermarket, the products will need to be cooled, which costs electricity. But it's not only the transport that counts, think about how the products get processed. The eggs get a preservative layer over them, which means they have to go through a machine. Also the meat has to go through a machine to be plucked and skinned. And if you want your meat nicely cut into pieces, it has to go through a machine one more time. By doing all of this by hand in your backyard, you reduce a lot of unnecessary spent energy. Keeping chickens is a great way to teach your children about animals. You can teach them about responsibility by taking them with you while you feed them, or you can let them help clean. It is also a great way to teach them about how life works. For instance, you can teach them why it is important to keep the chickens in a safe and secure coop so they can stay warm and safe. You can teach them about potential predators and what we do to keep them from harming the chickens. You could also hatch out a few eggs from time to time and teach your kids about the process and how to act around small animals. They will also learn that chickens are prey animals, which teaches them boundaries and to be calm around them, to not stress them out as much. Keeping chickens also really reduces the amount of food we waste every day. Chickens will eat almost everything. Every time we have leftovers, we'll give them to the chickens. They can eat a lot of the same things we eat, like potatoes, pasta, meat, eggs, even cooked beans, etc. The only thing we've seen that they can't handle is dairy. We tried to give them yogurt once and they all had diarrhea, which luckily went away after a few days. But after that we just agreed to not give them yogurt anymore. A few other things they can't eat are green tomatoes, potato skins, raw beans, avocado, onions, garlic, coffee ground or tea leaves. Now if you're not sure, you can always just look it up. There's a lot of information of it online. One thing that's great about keeping chickens is you can make it as expensive as you want. For instance, you can buy a new luxury chicken coop and feed them the most high-end foods, or you can DIY a good house for them and let them roam your garden. Chickens can take really good care of themselves as long as there's enough things for them to eat. We like to let them roam during the day, so this means they will eat a lot of grass and bugs and other things, and that means they eat a lot less of the feed that we provide for them. Maintenance wise, I clean their coop every week or so, but this really depends on the size of your coop and the amount of chickens you house. We are planning on building a bigger chicken coop, but it's still on the drawing board for now. But it is a project that we are planning on doing like in the upcoming month or something. It is scientifically proven that looking at and hearing animals has a calming effect on us. Spending a few minutes a day with animals can drastically decrease the amount of stress people feel and potentially help with getting out of depression. It brings us closer to nature and it reminds us of what truly matters, taking care of yourself and others and their health. Thank you so much for watching the video. If you liked it, please consider leaving a like and subscribe if you want to see more videos like this. Also, if you have any more benefits to add, please leave them in the comments so people who are still not sure about chickens can read them. Goodbye!